Hi, in this video, I'm going to share my story of how I took my house off grid for $0 in the middle of Sydney. And I'm about to do it all again. And I want to share my story with you, how I did it and how you can follow my next journey to do the next house off grid. I'm going to show you how to do it for $0. So if you're someone that's on a budget, I'm going to share my story with you of how I did it and how it happened so fast. And if you want a step-by-step guide, there's going to be a link in the description below to the offgridtribe.com. which is a paid membership service, which you can get my step-by-step guide of how I take my house off grid. And I'm also going to be doing a new house very soon. And I'm going to document that process. You're going to see it live in 2023 of how I do it again. Now, where my journey started, in 2013, my wife and I went on our honeymoon. We decided to grab our four-wheel drive at the time. We packed it up and we did a lap around Australia. We drove all the way up to the Kimberley, down through South Australia, up through the middle of Australia, over to the Kimberley, and back over through Queensland, all the way back down to Sydney. Now, it was a pretty exciting time for us on our honeymoon, thinking, hey, we just got married, I had a really successful business, things were doing really, really good. When I got back from that trip, I actually found out my business partner at the time had actually taken everything from the business, packed it up and moved on. So it was pretty disappointing to come back from my honeymoon and realize I've just lost everything I'd worked for the last few years of building this really successful business, and overnight it was gone, and I had to start all over again. So while doing that process, I thought about what it is that I really wanted to do in life. And for me, I'd always been really passionate about sustainable living, and being self-sufficient was something that really drove me. Before I got into my last business, I had a business where I sold caravan and motorhome solar, and I was really, really passionate about that sort of stuff. So I ended up looking into doing a permaculture course. I went up and did a permaculture course with Jeff Lawton in the Shannon. I think that's what really changed the direction of my life after doing that course. If you're thinking about doing a permaculture course, check out the links in the description below. There's a link to Jeff Lawton's online course, or go do one of his face-to-face courses, which is what really changed my life and my direction of what I did. After coming back from doing the permaculture course, I was like, right, this is what I really want to do. I have this house. My wife and I own this house in Sydney. There was 4 of us that lived in the house. We owned the house together. I thought, right, I really want to take this house off grid and be self-sufficient. And after, spending my last pretty much $2,500 to go to a permaculture design course, I was like, right, how am I going to do this and make this happen? So I started out my journey in late 2013 of trying to take this house off grid and do it with no money. Now, come 2015 is when this video was shot. So you can watch this video on the link in the description below. It's actually where we had the opening of the house. We had hundreds of people turn up that day there to come and see the house, and we were actually taking it off grid. Late 2013, we'd started our journey, and Australia Day 2015 is when this video was shot. We'd actually taken the house completely off grid. We'd made it self-sufficient in the middle of Sydney with $0 of my own. Now, fast forward to 2022, I'd actually taken another 2 houses off grid and done that again up in the Northern Rivers in Lismore. If you don't know what happened in Lismore, in 2022 in February, we had a freak flood come through, natural disaster, and we actually lost our business. We had 2 meters of water through a flood-free business. We had a load of customers' solar systems in the shop. From a financial point of view, we lost an absolute fortune when we had to replace all these solar systems we had, and we were uninsured because we were in a flood-free area and we didn't have flood insurance. This has got me really thinking about what I'm passionate about and what I really want to help people doing. I've helped thousands of people over the years hold their hand from buying an off-grid property to taking it off-grid to turning the lights on. And over the last decade, I've helped a whole range of people, from people that are doing it on a shoestring budget to people that just had unlimited money to do what they want. So I've helped everyone in between. And I thought about what it is I really want to do. I want to take and share my experience and my knowledge to help anyone and everyone that wants to go off grid. So whether you're on a budget or you've got an unlimited budget, you can do what you want. I want to be able to help as many people as I can to go on this off-grid journey to become self-sufficient in your life. And I thought, what better way that I can do it? After the 2022 floods, we literally lost everything that we had from a financial point of view. And I've had to start my business from scratch again and do it again. And I really want to do my next off-grid property. So I thought, you know what? I'm actually going to start and share my journey and show people how I did my first house and took it off grid with actually $0. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to find another house, and using nothing but my skills to make it happen, to find another block of land, another house, move into it and take it off grid and being self-sufficient, and doing it starting from scratch again, just like I did back in 2013. In 2013, we actually had a property and somewhere to live. We just had to require to get all the components and make it happen. In this next journey, I'm going to show you from scratch of how to take a house with having $0, find the block of land, buy it, fund it, take it off grid, and everything in between, and show you that if you're on a really tight budget, you can still make this happen and go off grid and live your self-sufficient dream. So if you do want to join me in this journey and get access to all the content, The link's in the description below. It will be a paid membership. Now, all the profits from the paid membership, we're actually going to be donating back to the community to help the community with their projects moving forward. So we're not going to be using any of the funds from the community to basically make this happen. We're going to donate every single bit of profit that we make from the community, from this journey, back to the community. So if you've got a project coming up in the next 12 months, after the 12 months, we're going to take all the profits from the community and we're going to donate back to a community member, give back and help you in your off-grid journey. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the community there. If there are any comments or questions, post down below. And until next time, stay energized.